we are live, episode 4 in the Trench podcast with myself, Brian Wiggins, and Stephen Daniels. Dude, it's been a long time, but I'm glad we're here.
Yeah.
What do you think, man?
We finally made it here, dude. We've talked about this for a long time.
Me and you, a lot of times, and we're going to get into this, but I was in Brazil and we started talking again. And you're like, what are you doing, man? And I'm like, I'm telling you what I'm doing. I just sold a business. This is what I'm doing. You're like, yeah, I'm a truck driver. And I'm like, I knew that because you told me that when I was running the other company.
Yep.
You're like, actually, you were just getting into it.
I was. And I was all gung-ho and excited about it and everything.
And you should have been.
Yeah.
Because it was exciting.
It was definitely going to be a change in lifestyle for me, that's for sure. In income and all that.
Well, it was.
And I was very positive about it. But.
Dude, that job forced you and your family to live a much better lifestyle.
It did.
For a long time. A couple years, right?
Yeah, at least a couple years. The last 3 years is where we started going downhill.
Yeah, because I think a lot of truck drivers will even say this, at least I've heard it in the industry, that you have to prepare for the storm. Like when it's hot, you save, and when the storm comes, and the truth is, and I want you to talk about this, because you didn't know this back then, I know you didn't, but this idea, so you were making good money, but you were making money with your hands.
Oh, yeah.
And when you're making money with your hands, the economy shifts, so does your income.
Exactly.
Right?
Yep.
And I mean, talk about that a little bit. Like, talk about a little bit of like the first time you got the truck, what you're doing before that, and then how was it after you started making that difference of income and all that stuff? That'd be cool to hear.
So prior to being a truck driver, I was actually a diesel mechanic. And I went through schooling. I got my certifications in automotive, diesel, and industrial technology. I was close to graduating. I was looking for a job. About 3 hours after I graduated, I landed a job with Altorford Caterpillar. And I was working,
which was a pretty big deal.
Yeah, it was a huge deal for me.
I can see that.
Not very many people just get into Caterpillar right away. They look for experienced people.
What was your hourly rate there?
Believe it or not, dude, I started off at, I think it was like $14 an hour.
Okay. Which is still not good.
No, it's not. But I'll tell you, I stayed there for 5 years and I eventually got up to 29, almost $30 an hour.
So that makes a difference.
It makes a huge difference. I mean, you're talking double an hour,
Yeah, what's the check? Like, what do you get paid, like weekly?
I think it was every 2 weeks.
And what was a check that you were getting?
Oh God, I want to say it was probably like around like 15 to 1800 or something like that.
So every 2 weeks you're getting an $1,800 check.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is better than what most people are getting, right?
Right. So as I was doing that, I was the truck mechanic and I'd rebuild engines and stuff like that. And then after speaking to all these truck drivers and stuff like that, I realized that when times were good, it seems like they were making a killing.
Well, they were.
And they were. And I was like, so if I bought myself a truck, I could almost make double or triple what I'm making now.
Immediately. Immediately.
Yeah, and it changed my life.
See?
Like, huge.
Yeah, because you went from renting a house, or maybe you owned it. You owned a house?
I owned a house. And I think I owned it for maybe a couple of years before I started driving.
Okay.
And by the time I paid the mortgage and stuff like that as a mechanic, we'd have enough for groceries and stuff like that. And maybe go on a small vacation once or twice a year.
Yeah. Which is pretty much typically what people are doing.
Yeah. And then after being a truck driver, I mean, I could work a couple, a month or whatever, and I'd have 15, 20 grand saved up in the bank account.
See? I mean, and dude, how did it feel getting $2,500, $3,000, $5,000 checks like back to back?
Oh, it was huge, dude. I was like, I'm making enough money that I've been broke for so long. It's like I don't even know how to spend this,
Yeah,
and it was amazing.
What was that like? Did you go to the mall? Did you go shopping?
Yeah, I took the family on trips. Something breaks down in the house. It's like, well, I'm not going to be home, but I didn't care. Have somebody come over and fix it. It's like we needed 100%. A new garage door. It's like $3,000 garage door. It's like, okay, cool.
So see, that's what's cool is that was like the exciting part. That was like, hell yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Making big ass checks.
Oh yeah, it
Fucking
was
A.
fun. It was. We were able to do what we wanted to do.
And what years were those? Like, were those years?
It was the first 2 years.
So for 2 solid years, you were bringing in bank,
Yeah.
and then what? COVID happened. Like, what happened?
It was after the height of COVID when the economy started going down. You know, all this money started going out to people, and they were spending, and everything was, you know, everything seemed like it was booming or whatever. And then, you know, the country shut down, and nobody was spending anymore. And then people started falling behind and started getting in debt, and everybody, you know, started reserving more.
Yeah, 100%. And that's when you started seeing a massive pay cut.
Oh, huge, dude. There was times where I probably went down to making like $1,500 to $1,800 again
But you had all the expenses.
Yeah, when I was doing that, you know, before as a mechanic. But now my lifestyle had changed, and I had more expenses. Plus, I was an owner operator, so I had to pay for all my fuel, you know, breakdowns, all that stuff.
But you had to work 10 times harder than you were working as a mechanic.
Physically, I don't know if it was more. It wasn't more physically. I mean, you're sitting in a truck, but you were working way more hours.
But do you think that it's more mentally draining than physically?
Way more mentally.
And do you think that that's harder to cope with than physical?
Yeah.
I think it is.
It is. Way.
Like the mental, like, dude, when you start getting to a place where you're like, first of all, your body was breaking down.
Oh, yeah.
Like when you first came down here, you couldn't walk.
Yeah. I was on the verge of like being in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
I mean,
and then not to mention,
scary.
you're not doing physical activity. Like your physical activity is almost non-existent.
Yeah.
Like, and when you get home, you don't have time to do anything but go to sleep.
No.
And dude, nobody knows how exhausting it is sitting in a truck.
Oh yeah, especially going into like Chicago and, you know, all those big cities and stuff like that. It's draining.
Dude, to be honest with you, I'm like at a high level of energy.
Yeah.
And what makes me energized is going to the gym, like doing physical activity, like running. Right. If I was sitting still all day and I was doing that for 5 years, I would have no energy.
Yeah. And, you know, I think what blinded me to that was those first 2 years was how much money I was making.
So you were waiting for the comeback.
I was excited, you know, about how much money I was making, that I was blinded by everything else.
Oh, so now I see what you're saying. Yeah, that income kind of hid all those physical elements, right?
Yeah.
Like being exhausted, being lonely. I mean, how lonely were you? You had to be freaking extremely lonely.
Very lonely.
Yeah, you just
as a truck driver, you get a headset and you're just calling people and talking here and there all day.
But you're not having physical interactions with people, which is the most important thing.
Yeah. I mean, every once in a while when you get to a stop and make a delivery, you know, you get to go in and check in and talk to somebody, or you're at a truck stop or something like that. You maybe have a minute to talk.
Okay, now let's talk about something that I think is important, because especially you being a Marine, and for those of the viewers who want to know, me and Steven actually served together. We did 2 combat deployments together, Iraq and Afghanistan, and we were a bunkmate for about a year and a half. Yeah. It was right after Iraq we were no longer bunkmates because I got married.
Yeah,
but we were bunkmates up to that point.
Oh yeah,
and we developed. You know, you were at my first wedding.
Yeah, I
was telling Nora that the other day. She's like, "He was at your first wedding." Anyway, I'm not going to get into that. I was going to get into something, but I'm like, I don't want to get into that. But yeah, dude, like we're close, dude.
Yeah.
We've been through some stuff together.
Oh yeah, we're definitely brothers, man.
Yeah, we're brothers. That, you know, dude, that's actually what I would say. And when you came down here, I was like, I got to take care of this guy.
Yeah.
Like dude, you needed someone to take, like, dude, like, what's up, man? Let's get this stuff figured out.
Yeah.
And the truth is, me and you, I don't know, you could tell me differently. I don't really have a family. I mean, I have an immediate family, but I don't have like brothers and sisters that I could really count on.
Yeah, neither do I.
See,
I mean, I've got a couple half brothers, but I grew up without them. You know, and I don't have any sisters.
So we're family, dude.
Yeah.
So this is amazing. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So to go back to it, what I think is important is, how did it feel knowing that you had the label truck driver? Like, was that accepted as something that's like greatly astonishing in the society, or is it like, you're a truck driver?
I think outside the truck driver community, it's more of like, hey, you're a truck driver. You know,
Yeah.
you sit there behind a window but at the same time, I think a lot of people do appreciate the truck drivers because they know that that's how their stuff gets to them at the end of the day. So, I mean, there is a big, thanks to truck drivers and
I mean, the economy is nothing without truck drivers.
Yeah, we need truck drivers. Don't get me wrong.
But my question to you is, if they automated truck driving and you no longer needed drivers to actually drive, more monitor a computer that's driving, I mean, is that more beneficial than actually having guys kill themselves for driving a truck? I mean, I just wonder. Yeah. It's probably a very controversial topic.
It is, right? I mean, there's some diehard truck drivers out there. It's like, you're not taking my job, but
yeah.
And kudos to those guys, if they can do it, and they love it.
So at the end of the day, on this podcast, we're definitely going to give we're going to salute the truck drivers because, dude, if you guys are out there thinking these guys are a bunch of lazy people, one of the hardest people in the world, right?
They are. I mean, the hours that they put in is unbelievable.
And you have to hit timelines. You have to make sure the truck is fully maintained, and we're talking about owner operators. Just the stress level that those guys undertake.
Yeah,
you're not wrong.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I mean, they go through a lot. It's pretty cool.
So to carry on to when we first started talking, right? You got introduced to kind of like the entrepreneurial world.
Yeah.
I think it was the first time you probably, I could be wrong, I don't want to speak for you, but what was it like when I started talking to you and we started doing like coaching, so to speak?
It was eye-opening, dude. It was like you brought a whole new perspective into my world that I was like, my mind was blown, dude. I was like, wow, I've never met anybody with these kind of ideas. It was awesome. What
was a couple things that was okay, this was new, I never heard of this?
Definitely the entrepreneur lifestyle. And a lot of things that we first started talking about, dude. I was in a very bad place, and you told me, you're like, you need God.
Yeah.
And you brought God back into my life, and
that's so true.
Yeah, that was huge for me, man. I mean, that meant a lot to me.
Yeah. Oh, I freaking think it's so important because you felt like God was the forefront of everything that happened. And dude, God moved in amazing ways in your life from that moment.
Yeah.
It seemed like you went through some obstacles for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
This is amazing. We could get into all that, but that's, we'll probably save that for another time. But yeah, dude, you went through hell and back to get into the place you're in right now.
Yeah.
And not talking about the Marine Corps, just literally from truck driving to moving down to Nashville.
Yeah.
That was a roller coaster, dude. And I was cheering you on, dude.
Oh, I know. You were there with me every step of the way.
Dude.
Man.
Obstacles.
Oh, yeah.
Dang. And one day we're going to talk about that. I think we're going to save that because it's truly miraculous, and I think it's not the right time to talk about that, but that was amazing. Yeah. So you were, I felt like you were absolutely getting rekindled with God. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And, you were developing a relationship with him. I don't know if it was for the first time.
Probably the first time in my adult life.
Yeah.
Because
you were introduced to God when you were a kid, or
yeah.
Okay.
I'd go to church and stuff like that, and I felt like I had some spiritual moments as a child, but then as I got older and became a young man, and then
young,
the Marine
full of
Corps,
blood,
all that stuff it kind of dwindled, I guess. I don't know. I
always think that it's a bunch so my perspective of the Marine Corps is, and even then I felt this way. I felt like I was an old head even then, but I felt like it's a bunch of kids who've never lived life.
Right.
It's the first time they got a paycheck, and they have no responsibility. So they're just out there buying cars and experiencing, whatever they're experiencing. You can get into all that. But
you're living it up.
You're living it up.
Especially as an infantry. And we went in at the time of war, so you didn't know what was coming.
Yeah,
you know how much longer you had on this world.
And to be fair, there is a level of confidence of being not only a United States Marine, but being a United States Marine infantryman, 0311.
Right.
Like, dude, you're the cockiest guy in the room. And the shit that we had to do through the week made us feel that way.
Oh yeah.
Like, dude, I was conquering shit that these, civilians don't even know what it's like.
Right.
I felt that.
Yeah, and we were being trained to kill.
Yeah.
Dude.
And we did.
Oh yeah.
So, which was, and what's funny is we go to Iraq and Afghanistan, we come back supercharged, Yeah. Do you ever feel like, and you could speak about this, okay, you ever come across like guys that like have PTSD or whatever, and it's almost like a sob story?
Yeah.
And you're like, bitch, I love my PTSD. Or I don't know if you feel that way. But like, I don't, what I'm trying to say is like war didn't affect me in the way that I feel like some of the other branches that affected, like Army. And it's like, dude, it's like,
I think it's about perspective, man.
It's perspective.
It's like, are you just going to mope around about it and let it depress you and get you down and all that stuff? Or are you going to just take it how it is and try to embrace it? Yeah, I've been through some shit. Who cares? Keep going.
I mean, dude, like, I'm wondering too if it's like me and you loved combat. I don't hope I'm not speaking for you, but
no, yeah, you're right.
Like, I was glad I got to experience combat. It wasn't like something I'm having nightmares about. Okay, may have nightmares, but it's not something that I regret, and it's not something I'm glad I didn't do. I wish I didn't do.
I'd do it all over again.
And I think that comes from our training.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I think if we got the wrong, because dude, we got our shit beat in. Like, dude, we were doing remedial action, immediate action drills until we were dying.
Yeah,
and we did that shit 24/7 in training. I mean, dude, let's be honest, our training was more intense than combat.
Yeah,
like the shit our instructors made us do and stuff, or squad leaders.
When you're in the Marine Corps, that's one thing. It's like I've always heard from our superiors is you train like you're fighting.
Yeah, like you train like you're fighting. Yeah. And I felt like we trained harder than we fought. It seemed like, in some aspects.
Yeah.
Like when shit hit the fan, dude, like me and you, we were in Afghanistan. We're both running point into Yakcha. Yeah. I remember that shit like it was yesterday. And our squad leaders and everybody hated me to the core. Took my ass in the front, Yeah. I'm in the front. And we're running dual point. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah.
So we're in attack column, and usually it's Alpha section in the front, Bravo section in the rear.
Yeah.
I think I was Bravo section. Were you Bravo section? I can't remember.
I was in Alpha section.
So you're in Alpha section, and they're running a dual point. So Alpha section on the left skirmished.
Yeah.
And Bravo section on the right skirmished. So technically it was attack column.
Yeah.
But it was just it was tweaked.
Yeah. And we had Afghan army support behind us.
They were behind us.
Yeah.
So you were running point, and I was running point for Bravo section. You were running point for Alpha section. And you told me something that I didn't even know, but you hit the tripwire.
Oh, yeah.
Like you set it off.
It was wrapped around my ankle, dude.
But you pulled it.
Tight, yeah.
So it just didn't go off.
Yeah, because next thing you know, like, we started taking contact.
Immediately.
And my foot, it just pulled it. I'm like, I'm getting out of here.
So I remember this like it was yesterday. You hit that damn wire, and you looked. I was the first person you looked at.
Yeah.
You looked over at me, and I said, "Oh shit!" I mean, it's the first thing I thought was, "Oh shit!"
Yeah.
And then we heard, bah, 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 bah. We started getting I think it was an L shape.
Yeah.
Was it an L shape or was it direct front?
I think we were taking fire from multiple directions.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't believe we didn't get hit.
Yeah. Dude, and the funny thing about that hole is, I had the 249 saw, and I just started spraying down lead. Dude.
Fucking love it.
And I look behind me, and everybody's gone. And I look over to the left, and everybody's behind this,
funeral.
Yeah.
It was like a funeral graveyard.
Yeah, it was a graveyard. It was half-ass built wall.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is going on?
Dude, and looking back, I was like, was that wall? Like, I was thinking this when we got in there. I'm like, how did we not think that there was booby traps inside of that damn? Because if you're thinking you're the enemy, you're thinking the first place they're going to go is over that damn wall.
Yeah.
I'm shocked that there wasn't secondaries and dude, we'd have been annihilated.
Oh, yeah, I know it.
It kind of tells you, like, they weren't that advanced.
Yeah.
Because the first thing I would have done, I would have been like, okay, you're going to hit the tripwire, and then they're going to go over the wall, and then they're going to hit seconds.
Yeah.
Damn, that's wild.
I don't know why, but we made it, man.
Dude, we made it. And I remember, so my experience with that was I was just so energized, dude. I was ready to go to the tree line, man. I was like, let's go. Buddy team rushes, like fucking.
And the funny thing about that, dude, is I don't know how we didn't get hit, because when I look back behind us, there was Afghan army that.
There was two guys that got hit.
Yeah, they got hit.
And dude, here's the crazy thing. What the fuck happened to those guys?
I have no idea.
We didn't evacuate them. Did they go on the vehicle? To this day, I don't have a fucking clue.
I don't know how they got out of there. I know they were gone once we all
them.
reassembled.
Yeah.
It was like, where'd they go?
But hey, there's two guys that got hit. Okay.
Yeah.
Where'd they go? And we never heard from them again.
No.
We didn't even get a second meeting. Dude, tell me you didn't feel this way in Afghanistan. Because, dude, I transitioned out of I know you got out of the Marine Corps after 4 years.
Yeah.
I went to be a combat instructor and all that shit. And I was like, the lack of briefing that we got.
Yeah.
Like, do you feel like you didn't know what was going on ever?
Ever.
Did we ever have meetings like, hey guys, we're going to go hit Yakchaw. This is a city that has this type of insurgency, this kind of activity. These are the guys going in. These are the guys going out.
No,
these
it
are
just
the people.
felt like you were like, hey, we're going in here to check to see what this is like.
Dude,
Like,
tell me that didn't bother you. Tell me that doesn't bother you today.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, what the fuck was the leadership doing, man?
Yeah.
Like, they didn't know. Like, fucking A, man. It pisses me off to this day.
Right.
I'm like, fuck, we were not informed.
Right.
Like, keep your Marines informed.
Yeah.
No meetings. It was like they were playing cards at the back in the rear, and we never went to the rear. I don't know why I said that. I just meant in our 360.
Yeah.
Because for those of you who don't know, we operated outside the wire for 7 months. We were never inside of fobs.
Yeah.
Maybe a lot of people don't know that about me and you, is that we operated inside of vehicles for 7 months.
Uh-huh. There was a point where it was 90 something days before we even went back to a fob and got a shower and a hot plate.
Yeah, we got very used to that.
Yeah.
Like, we would take baby wipes.
Yeah.
You know, like, we lived outside of the vehicle.
Yeah.
Slept by the tires every night. Barely slept too.
Uh-huh.
I don't think people really understand that.
No.
That's why when people are like, oh, I know what it's like to be you, I'm like, you don't.
No.
I'm like, dude, it's just you don't. You don't know what it was like to be me.
Right.
You get the pogues talking. Anyway, we're gonna get we're gonna go off into a whole other
we're getting people
This is gonna be a different podcast. All right. So at least the audience gets to hear a little bit about that. But that's a little bit of our story, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, man. So you started getting pretty much coaching. You know, you started going through coaching, you started understanding the service-based company, and you made a decision that you were going to pretty much sell everything, come to Nashville, and be an owner of Charlie Company.
Yeah, dude, I felt like the last 3 years of truck driving, it really beat me up. Like, not just physically, I mean mentally and everything. Like, my health was diminishing. I wasn't making good money anymore. I was struggling. I had family counting on me. You know, I never felt like I had that purpose anymore. Like, everything was just slowly fading away. Like,
What about even like respect? Like, do you think your family was looking at you like a king and all that stuff?
No,
Yeah.
I don't think so. I mean, I think they still respected me, but in being that, you know, much of a struggle and hard times and stuff like that, it's like, how could they see you as a king?
Yeah.
You know? So I was just like, something's got to change. I got to change something. I can't do this forever.
Well, what's crazy is you did.
I did.
You freaking made the change.
I took control of my life.
Isn't that how you feel?
I do. Yeah.
Like, fully too.
Oh yeah.
And you're just in the beginning, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you came down here and you started running Charlie Company day one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think our first official month that you were down here, we did 60,000.
Yeah.
And then the next month we did 85,000. The next month we did like 80,000. Last month we did like 60,000.
Yeah.
And you haven't done one job by yourself.
No.
So kind of
I mean, I helped the team out, but I don't do the work.
Yeah, so like what are you doing? Like what's your daily activities, you think?
So I'm getting supplies, making sure estimates are right, communicating with homeowners. If any problems come up during the job, I'm the one that takes care of it.
Like problems like what? Just kind of go into it.
Like if we're doing a deck build and we see something that, you know, wasn't in the estimate, but it needs to be addressed. It's like, hey, homeowner, you know, this was an unforeseen thing, but I recommend that we do this, this, and this, and take care of it. That way it's satisfactory and up to code or whatever the issue may be.
Yeah. And I mean, what are the things you're not doing that you feel like the whole company's running without you?
I am not sitting there by myself working, you know, on the actual job, doing the work myself.
Yeah.
Like most contractors are.
Yeah.
I'm not I don't.
What about like taking phone calls, social media marketing, scheduling jobs, doing estimates? Like who's doing all that?
So I take videos and stuff like that, but we have a social media team, and we have a office, and they take the phone calls. The social media team takes our videos and does edits and stuff like that, and posts them. Our office is great, by the way. They're doing up the estimates and stuff like that, and basically I just have to take the videos and the pictures and make sure that the materials are right, and then our office and everybody else takes care of,
That's like you got a fully automated team.
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty amazing.
And I mean, like, because kind of Charlie Company was built because we wanted to build a company where guys like you who operated could just operate and not have to worry about all the administration. And when you were in Afghanistan and Iraq, didn't you just want to operate?
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, that's kind of what we're building with Charlie Cup, but your leadership. So it's something you're not really talking about too, is that your leadership in the field, like you are the supervisor on every job.
Yeah.
You make sure that we're profitable. Yeah. You make sure that the jobs are at high standard. Yeah. You make sure you're communicating with all the homeowners directly. You're picking up checks with them. But everything you're not doing is selling. You don't really do any of the sales. No. The sales team that does that. Yeah. You got the guys who do the estimates. They put it on company cam, and then you make sure that they took pictures and all that. It's all dialed in. Yep. Everything's put on system so you can read everything, right? Yeah. The estimate, the follow-ups, the payroll, the bookkeeping, the freaking taxes, the phone call. Like what contractor, what guy in the operations wants to go be on phone calls, taking phone? Hello, this is Stephen with Charlie Company. How can I help you? Yeah. Oh, I'm looking to get a quote. Okay, well let me get off this ladder so I can,
right, so I can get your information and put out. And I didn't mention that stuff because a lot of times I forget. Oh yeah, I don't have to do that.
None of it.
It's like,
so isn't that nuts?
Yeah.
It's like you're an owner of a company. And you're not having to do all the, like most guys wear 1,000 hats when they start a company.
Yeah.
And that's what it's about. So it's the leadership. That's what companies need. They need leadership.
Right.
And you're out there leading.
Yeah. I'm leading my crews. I mean, they come up to me and ask me, how does this need to be done, or, what is next? And I just point.
And I feel like you're still in the beginning phases too. I think eventually you're going to be in the office, dude. Yeah. Like you're going to have a guy who's doing the Home Depot runs and the material list, and
I want to get there.
You'll just be supervising the material list. Yeah. Yeah. And it's not saying that you're not going to do anything. I think a lot of people misunderstand, like fully automating a company is not doing nothing.
No, I'm going to still be running out to job sites, making sure the crews are running right, and everybody has what they need, and just checking on them.
But for the most part, things get done without you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Like if me and you have to meet up for a business meeting or discussion about how the business is going, or growth, all that stuff, I can do it. I can leave the job and trust that my guys are going to get the work done. And
dude, let's not forget that you can check company cam. Yeah. You can check House Call Pro. You see all the movement. Yeah. And it's cool. Is like, I'm agreeing with you that it's so awesome. You can be in a meeting where you know that your whole team is working. Yeah. And they're bringing you a check at the end of the day. Yeah. I mean, that's just phenomenal, right? Yeah. And then you're like, okay, so I don't have to work with my hands. So let's talk about that. What was the biggest shift from when you realized that working with your hands is the reason why you're broke?
That was a hard pill to swallow. I'm like, I grew up broke, man. It was like, I learned how to do everything, and so you couldn't afford to just hire somebody to come out and do whatever, was broke. So, or needed fixing or whatever. So it's like, I learned how to do it. Yeah. And then going through trade school and all that stuff is like, I learned how to fix stuff and just working with my hands. And I thought that was a valuable skill that I could make money off of and, be a responsible adult and take care of my family.
And you did, dude.
I did.
The truth is you did.
I did.
It's just not abundant. It's not wealth.
No, it's not.
Because like the truth is you were providing for your family majorly. Yeah. That you really were. So at the end of the day, you're sitting there like, I've been taught my whole life to work with my hands, and I'm like, this is the reason why I'm broke.
Yeah.
I mean, that has to be.
When you told me that, it was like a light went off. I'm like, what? I'm broke because I learned how to work with my hands. I'm broke because I learned a skill. It was just the wrong skill.
Yeah, 100%.
You know?
It's like, okay. Yeah, because if you go into it with that mindset, right?
Yeah.
You're the one doing all the work. And what's crazy is a lot of contractors, they feel like they're the ones that do a better job than everybody else.
Yeah.
So they're constantly hiring down.
Yeah.
They're never hiring someone better than themselves.
Yeah.
For you, it's like, I'm going to make sure I hire everybody who knows, like your whole team, and you're very handy with your hands.
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
Your whole team is way better than you are.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. They've been doing this stuff their whole life, basically.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
And you're sitting there like, dang, they're just knocking jobs out.
Yeah.
And you're sitting there like, dang, I didn't even get on the roof.
Yeah.
I didn't even. I mean, you're barely unloading the truck. You show
Right.
up and they're unloading it.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay,
That's like, I can do this.
I can do this. I can lead.
Yeah.
So that's crazy. You're getting paid now to lead.
Yeah.
It's a leadership skill.
Yeah.
And the guys, how bad, like, let's be honest, and I want to be brutally honest, how bad does your team need leadership?
Very bad.
And you're
do.
seeing that, right?
Yeah, they do.
They need their morale lifted up.
Yeah.
They need someone to go through and make sure the material list is all there.
Yeah.
And then those guys love that when they show up and all the materials there, ready to
Right.
rock and roll.
Yeah.
And our guys, they don't, or your guys, they don't like to leave.
No, they don't. They don't want to leave. I mean, I'll go and get them lunch, you know?
They don't even want to do that.
Yeah.
They want to be there all day.
Yeah.
They don't want to get materials. They don't want to empty. They don't want to go dump the load.
No.
They don't want to talk to the homeowner. Let's be honest. They hate talking to the homeowner.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, we have.
Every time the homeowner comes out, if I'm not there to ask them a question, they'll say, "Oh, you're gonna have to wait till Steven gets
Yeah.
back."
What are you
Ask
gonna
him.
do?
Yeah.
And I think that part right there is like, that's where your eyes, I think, started being like, okay, it's leadership. I'm getting paid to lead.
Yeah.
And you see how valuable that is. That's
is.
way more valuable than working with your hands.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
That's super cool. And I feel like your journey is just beginning. So that's crazy. So you went from a mechanic to truck driver to business owner.
Yeah.
And you see that you're building a team of people that work for you.
Exactly. And you and a select few other people only know what it took for me to get there.
Yeah. And we'll share it.
Yeah, I haven't told a lot of people, but we went through
You went through a lot.
Yeah.
I would say you. You say we, I mean, because I was there every step of the way, but it was you.
Yeah.
You own it.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it was
you. And dude, you know what's crazy is what I didn't know. So when you came down here and you were unloading your truck, you couldn't even walk.
Yeah.
Like you were in crippling pain.
Yeah. Every step was.
And then I remember you telling me like when you were going through that whole transition, you couldn't walk then.
No.
So you were driving a truck 18 hours a day and preparing all the stuff you were preparing to move down here.
Yeah.
No excuses,
And
man.
I couldn't feel the lower half of my body. It was completely numb.
That's just nuts, man.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, how do you feel right now? Like, how do you feel? Like, dude, you just picked up a truck today.
Yeah. Yeah. We bought a truck.
You were driving a Subaru. What was the car you were driving?
Oh God, it was a piece of shit, man. It was a 2001 Subaru Outback. I mean, just rusted.
How long did you drive that?
3 years.
So you were driving that for 3 years.
Yeah, and all I did was drive it from home to the truck. It was like 7 miles from where I parked.
Yeah, that was it. Didn't drive it anywhere else.
No.
For 3 years, just that.
Yeah.
Did you do oil change and all that stuff to that?
I didn't do nothing to that car. Man.
Nothing for 3 years.
Other than make sure it had tire pressure.
Just tire press. Didn't change it. How much you pay for that car?
I believe it or not, the guy wanted $500. I talked him down to $200. And
$200.
$200, but it needed front axles, wheel bearings. I did have to put tires on it once because the wires were poking through when I bought it. But yeah.
Did you put new tires on it?
No. They were like 50% used.
Yeah. Love it. So you got your money out of that car.
Oh
dude.
yeah. Yeah.
But and then today
I turned around and sold it for $1,000.
You sold it for $1,000. That's something, dude. Yeah, that's what you call getting your money's worth, dude.
Right.
Dang.
Yeah.
But how does it feel from driving that to then driving your truck today like doing what you're doing now? I mean, like, how do you feel confidence wise?
Oh man, I'm feel like I'm getting that king status back. Like I have a purpose. I'm doing something with my life. I'm driven. I just want to keep going.
That's freaking
I'm
awesome.
excited. Like I remember there was times when we were talking in the truck, and because I'd be in the truck all day just driving, and I'd call you.
Yeah.
Hey, you called me, and we'd just have hour-long conversations.
That's true.
And one of those conversations, you were telling me about how you get so excited about money that you're up at night, and you'll wake up and you'll be up working and stuff at like 3-4 in the morning for like 4 or 5 hours straight, and you can't sleep.
It's so true.
And you're getting excited, and I'm like, I don't understand that.
Yeah, because you go home and you go straight to sleep.
Yeah, I'd be so wiped out. It's like I'd sleep all through the night.
Yeah.
And I'd be up at 4 or 5 in the morning. Here we go, back to the truck again. And then you get excited. And dude, I feel like now I'm getting that excited.
Oh, yeah.
Like I didn't even see how it's possible. There's times where I wake up at 11, 12 o'clock after I've been sleeping maybe a couple hours, and I'm like, I'm excited. Like I can't go to sleep.
Dude, I'm so with you, man. It's like, are you kidding me? Like the sales team closes a deal, get a $17,000 check, then you're closing another deal, and it's like, what?
Yeah.
And you wasn't even part of that.
Yeah.
You just know that it went into your bank account.
Right.
And you're like, I could scale this. And then you're thinking to yourself like, well, if I scale this, I'm still not doing the work.
Right.
It's just, to me, it's absolutely exhilarating. It does keep you up at night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because then you realize vacations are a write-off.
Yeah.
Like we went boating all summer.
Yeah, we did. And we had a blast.
Write off.
Oh yeah.
And I know a lot of viewers are gonna be like, you can't write that off. Yes, you can.
Yeah.
It's just you got to have a good tax person and make sure it's business meetings. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not that hard.
Yeah.
But I'm like, dang, your truck, write off.
Yeah.
So you built your business around your lifestyle. Mm-hmm. That's what's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like, wow. I don't know, man. To me, it's like the service-based industry to me is like a combat veteran's dream of running operations, leading teams, showing up and motivating the team to go knock down doors. And you're driving trucks and you're like, didn't it feel like you're in the field?
Yeah. Yeah. You're back in the field, like leading stuff.
The place we love.
Running operations. Yeah.
And I know that'll change for you. And I know you're going to embrace that season.
Yeah.
But and then it goes into the office and it's just kind of, it takes the fun. The operations is where it's at. I mean, that's where all the fun happens, man.
Yeah.
I think the business growth and the meetings, it's like, I'd rather be in the field around trucks and trailers.
Yeah.
So shoot, man, that's really exciting. So, wow. I mean, at the end of the day, so you feel like you're just like that old Marine, right? The guy who became a civilian and put down your hat.
Yeah.
I feel like you're putting on a different hat, and it's business owner.
Yeah.
It's entrepreneur. You're learning how to be an entrepreneur, business owner.
Absolutely. Yeah. I love it.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
And to think that life could quickly change like that.
Yeah.
And I know you have a lot of obstacles ahead of you.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Well,
let's talk about that for a second. When you get out of the Marine Corps, me and you've had this discussion a lot.
Yeah.
You come back into the civilian world, and they tame you.
100%.
Everybody tries to
Talk you down.
Yeah, talk you down. Come back down to our level. You're not in the military no more. You're not this. You're not that.
Yeah.
And
100%.
And you're like this wild beast that's being tamed.
It's being tamed.
Yeah.
Dude, I want to talk about that for a second. This is so great. So me and you have very different experiences.
Yeah.
I left the Marine Corps and started a business day one. And I actually had a fully developed business before I even got out. So, dude, I was a combat instructor for 6 training cycles, and I was freaking really tight with the first sergeant. I remember changing his brakes and us drinking wine and whatever. And he put me in the wood shop 6 months before I got out.
Yeah.
You know what that means? I didn't show up to work for 6 months.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah, you told me that story.
Dude, I remember I had a guy, he's like, hey, just call me, and that's all you have to do. So I'd call him a couple times, and I'd be like, hey, it's the morning, I'm just checking in. He's like, cool. And then I'd skip a day, and he wouldn't care, and I'd text him, and then he's like, stop calling me. You're annoying me. And I remember building a solar company, never showing up to work. I mean, I didn't show up to work for 6 months. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
And I remember checking out of the Marine Corps, fully functioned business. business, dude. Business owner. I took the 6 months. I'm very much a person. I exploit things. If it's right, if opportunity's in front of me, I take it. And I'm like, the universe gave me an opportunity and I'm going to take it.
Yeah.
And maybe a lot of people don't think that way, but that's exactly how I think. I'm like, the universe.
You definitely are an opportunity.
Yeah. I'm an opportunist, bro.
You will jump on every opportunity as soon as
especially if I see it right in front of me.
Oh, yeah.
The universe is saying here, and I'm like, I'm taking it.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember checking out in civilian clothes, Sergeant Major, and he didn't give a damn. He didn't even know who I was.
Right.
He's like, why are you here? I'm like, I'm checking out. This is my life. And it was like after 8 years of the Marine Corps, 3 combat deployments, combat instructor, talk about no ending. I had no closure. It was like, bye. I mean, it was literally like, bye. I didn't have the whole ceremony where they pass the axe. It was like, don't let the door hit you on the way out. And what's crazy is that's because I was an entrepreneur even then.
Right.
I think even then, like, entrepreneurs are treated like we're not part of the crowd.
Yeah.
We're isolated. We do things outside the box. We don't try to fit in. But dude, I was an entrepreneur from that moment forward.
Yeah.
I mean, I started many businesses, but I didn't necessarily have that. And I think that what I would share to veterans is like, don't get tamed.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
Yeah. It's definitely not.
Don't fit in. Don't try to fit into the civilian crowd. Don't try to be like, oh yeah, I'm one of you. It's like, dude, I did 2 combat deployments. I've been through training you can't even understand. I'm not you.
Yeah.
And I know secretly you were that person because you leveled, like, dude, like you're not even being honest here. Like, first of all, you leveled up on the mechanic thing like quicker than everybody else. Yeah. You got a pay raise quicker than everybody else.
Yeah.
You were an owner operator day one. Like, who can say that as a truck driver?
Not very many.
I would challenge the audience. Like, you tell me of truck drivers that had 0 truck experience. You had 0 truck experience. You've never driven a truck.
Yeah.
You got your license, and then you became a truck day one.
Yeah. Well, I also went to one of the best schools in the country.
See.
Yeah.
So that helped you.
Yeah.
But see,
I took the right path and that kind of stuff to get to where I wanted to be as fast as I could.
So don't you think that was you even being a beast? Like, you using the fact that you were a Marine? You were just, what I feel like with you is you were just lurking. Like, you didn't have a spotlight on you.
No.
But you were out for blood.
Flew under the radar for sure.
But you were out for blood.
Oh yeah.
You just didn't let people know, letting people's throats while they wasn't watching. That's what I see that, dude.
Yeah.
They didn't know.
No.
And you were playing the game. Like, sure, yeah, I'm this humble guy, whatever. And then I'm an owner-operator, bitch.
Yeah. And I'm going to come out on top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel that.
Yeah.
So it's like, the difference now is that you are coming out and you're saying, I'm Steven. I'm a freaking United States Marine. I'm an entrepreneur, and I'm going to win at every opportunity I can.
Yeah. I think those, the last 3 years that I was in that truck is the 3 years that I was tamed.
Yeah.
And,
now that I will say.
And that was not good. That was
it almost
bad
killed you.
Time for me.
I would almost say it almost killed you.
Yeah.
I can honestly say that. There's no way you could have kept going.
Yeah.
And it was because you were that person. Like, you were moving, making moves, making things happen, and that all came to an end.
Yeah.
Because you were trapped.
Yeah. I got trapped, yeah.
And it was like, did I just get trapped?
Yeah, I sure did.
And there was no way out.
Nope.
I think that people underestimate, and I can't wait till you talk about this one day, what you actually pulled off by getting out from underneath that truck.
Yeah. It was pretty incredible. And not only did I get out from underneath that truck, but I came out on top.
Like, way on top.
Yeah.
On every way.
Yeah.
That was nuts. And look at you now.
Yeah.
So what would you say to a guy that wants to start a business? And I mean, I wish we could continue, and I mean, we could probably go for 2 more hours, me and you. But what would you say to a guy, like a veteran or a guy who's driving a truck? Because don't you think that that's weird that you were a mechanic truck driver, now business owner in the blue collar service industry?
Yeah.
When you know almost nothing about construction.
Yeah.
Like professionally.
Right.
Like, you know how to do some stuff, but you don't know how to professionally run a construction company. Most guys who run construction companies are general contractors, and they've been in the field for forever. You just hired that guy. You're like, you're going to work for me.
Yeah.
What would you say to a guy? Like, what would you tell him to do? And what would you say was the fastest path to getting to where you're at?
I would say invest. Invest in yourself first, and then invest in the mentorship.
Yeah, and go into that. Like, what do you feel like you invested in?
I invested in myself. I invested into the company. I invested into the mentorship and into my future and
Yeah,
my
because
life.
the truth is with you is that you found someone like me who was running a successful service company, or had run it because I sold it, but you got the right information,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
right? And
Yeah.
dude, you day one you weren't in the field.
No.
That's that's crazy.
Yeah.
So do you
I
think
bet
that
there's people out there listening like, wait, what?
no? So really think about that. You like while you were truck driving, it's true what you just said. While you were truck driving, you were getting coaching, you were getting mentorship, and you were paying attention,
Yeah.
and you knew your life depended on it.
Yeah.
And day one, you transitioned to a successful company. Day one.
Yeah.
I mean, you have a long road ahead of you, but it's
Right.
like how many people can say they started a company day one that's highly branded? We hit 1.5 million views on Facebook.
Yeah.
Yet last month,
Right.
and we're 4 months in. We started the company in June,
Yeah.
and having $80,000 months, not working a single job,
Yeah.
and having all the people in the phones, the sales, the payroll.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's
get out of
taking
here.
off, man.
All because of the right program.
Yeah.
That's nuts to me.
Yeah.
It really is. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, I did not have that.
Right.
And I
you took the hard
I picked the hardest damn path. I was the
We
guy.
say this all the time.
I was the guy who worked with my hands. I fell off a roof. I broke my foot.
Yeah.
I couldn't walk for 2 years. And talk about and then you know what happened with me? I got to a place where I couldn't move the needle forward until I invested.
Yeah.
So I had to do exactly what you said. I had to humble my little ass. I had to invest in mentorships, invest in coaches, and they blew my socks off. I was doing everything wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. You were the guy that was running the whole business and doing the work.
And having guys backstab me like you wouldn't even believe the horror stories I had of guys leaving me in the middle of like they did it on purpose. They'd be right on a job and they would purposely leave so my business would go under.
Yeah. I remember
And
you told me these stories.
I want you to say, how is our team?
Our team wouldn't do that. Our team is loyal.
And they're loyal because we created the brand, we created culture, we created the mission statement, we created all the left and right lateral limits that make them love where they work.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a lot.
They love this company.
And dude, think about all the stuff you've learned. You've learned how to do it all right from the beginning.
Yeah. It changed my life.
That's freaking nuts, man. So I'm super excited about this year. I can't wait to hear how this year went for you.
Oh yeah.
And heck, it's going to be amazing. Thanks for being on the podcast with us.
Absolutely.
Let's see what happens. And I think there's going to be a whole lot of stuff to come. If you're out there and you're like, you get to hear from Steven, but if we actually have the mentorship, it's more dialed in. I think when me and you were doing it, you were just getting coaching by me. It's very like, we were just boys.
Yeah.
And we created a mentorship program that now you're even sponsoring and you're even telling people that this is what they, should do. And rightfully so, right?
Because, absolutely. It'll change your life.
It'll change your life. So if you want to sign up for our mentorship program, the man she brags about, because at the end of the day, don't you think that your wife is now bragging about you?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And she's like,
she definitely sees me different for
right?
Sure. Yeah.
It's almost night and day.
Yeah.
And it's because you are.
Yeah.
I mean, you're taking your health serious. I think, man, the person I meet today, you've never invested in yourself more than you ever have.
No, never.
Like you take your health serious. You take like everything you're doing serious. You weren't doing that. You were literally dying and you were just okay with it.
Yeah.
Isn't that something?
It is. Yeah.
It's wild, man.
It's like I finally really understand the whole reborn again.
Yeah. Born again.
Yeah.
And better than I was.
Right. It's like I'm coming back with a vengeance.
With a vengeance, dude. I have so much to prove.
Oh yeah.
And I would never do this without like for the guys out there. If you want, you can like, you know what you can do. Like you can make $1 million in 6 years, in 8 years, in 9 years.
Yeah.
But you didn't want that.
No.
You're like, I wanted to do it at the shortest time frame possible. I'm going to get the right information from the right people and go as fast as I humanly possibly can.
Yeah.
And you close that gap.
Yeah.
Something that took me 5 years to figure out, you figured it out in 6 months.
Yeah.
It's like that's my message for people.
From point A to point B
so
is a straight line and as soon as possible.
So think about like for me, my first year in business, and it was like 6 months, I did 80,000. My second year in business, I did like 250. My third year in business, I did like 387, like almost 400,000. My fourth year in business, my third actual year, because the first year was actually it was like 4 months.
Yeah.
But my third full year in business, we did almost $1 million in sales. And that's when I got coaching.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what would it have cost you not to invest and not get the mentorship? Like, do you think that
it would have costed me years and a lot of time?
Do you think that you could have left the trucking industry if you didn't have, Charlie Company?
No, I wouldn't have. I would have been trapped.
Yeah. There's you wouldn't have known how to start a company.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have known nothing.
Yeah. I bet there's a lot of people wondering how I did it though.
I bet you they're wondering how you did it. And you did do it.
I did.
And it was just a little bit of finesse. You you just changed your circle. You got into a different room. You got the right information. And I'm going to tell you guys out there watching this, the people who have the right information and value themselves, because I value myself.
Yeah.
They're not going to give this to you for free.
No.
If I gave it to you for free, it's spitting on what I know.
Yeah.
Why would I do that?
Yeah.
I value myself. And aren't you learning how to value yourself?
Oh, absolutely.
It's like, I value myself.
Yeah.
I go to estimates now and I'm like, I'm worth $1,500 an hour. This estimate better be 15 minutes. And that's why I got to have a sales team, right?
Yeah.
Because it's when you value yourself, the information that I have will change someone's life. And if they don't pay for it, they don't value themselves.
That's right.
You're like, paying people pay attention, and you paid attention.
Oh, absolutely.
And you definitely put your money where your mouth is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
If I was going to invest that kind of money, I was definitely going to pay attention.
And you did.
Absolutely.
Freaking hell yeah. So that's it. So if you're out there and you want to change your life, no, you're going to have to pay for it.
Yeah.
It's not going to be for free.
Right.
But you either pay for it with sweat, blood, and tears, or you pay for it monetarily and you get the right information and you change your life. And how long did it take you to change your life? It seemed like your life was shitty June.
Yeah.
In July, your life changed.
Yeah. In 1 month.
I mean, I remember you being like, what the hell just happened?
Yeah.
I no longer have to be in a truck.
Yeah.
And you're sitting here smoking cigars with me, going boating. Like, the guys are working.
Yeah.
And you're like,
it took me a minute to get used to it.
like, this isn't going to be normal, is it? Like, you're still having a hard time.
Yeah.
Dude, you don't work.
Not like I used to.
It's a different kind of work.
It is. It is.
It's way more mental,
Yeah.
but it's not work. You don't work.
No.
Like physical work. Dude, yeah. It's almost like this is cheating, okay?
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes it feels like it's cheating.
Well, you
it's
are.
like, how is this possible?
The truth is you are cheating.
Yeah.
You're completely cheating the system. Everything we've been taught. You're doing it all. You're doing it nothing like what they taught. Work with your hands, go to college, get educated.
Yeah.
And what you're doing is you're building a company where people work for you.
Yeah.
And they work hard because they want to see this thing work. And gosh, I hope people don't get the wrong idea with that, but people love being around leaders.
Yeah.
They embrace it. It's so nice. And we've seen all the bad leaders and a lot of we post videos and guys will say, my boss doesn't do that.
Yeah.
My boss doesn't do that.
Yeah.
Like we take care of our team, dude. And it's leadership.
Yeah.
All it is leadership.
Yeah.
And how many guys are running companies right now with no leadership?
Yeah.
And they're talking shit to their employees. These guys are ungrateful. They don't blah, blah, blah. I tell you all the time, like the guys didn't want to clean that fence. I was like, do you blame them?
No.
They didn't want to sit there with a toothbrush and clean a fence. You know?
Yeah.
And other guys would be like, I don't care. You're going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
You know, I heard, and we'll end the podcast because you know me, we'll talk long.
Oh, yeah.
But Dana White was saying, we're not that kind of company that if we say to show up at 9 a.m. and you're not here at 9 a.m., that we're writing. I just heard him recently say this. We're not writing you up.
Yeah.
It's more when you have time, get it done.
Yeah.
Did you hear him say that?
Yeah, I did. He said he's like, I don't care if you get your work done at 9 a.m. or 9 p.m. as long as it gets done.
Get it done.
Yeah. If you've got school, your kids' school concerts to go to or family reunions, functions, whatever, I hope you go. Go. We want you to go.
But take care of your shit.
Yeah.
Like the rest of us. Be a grown-ass adult.
Yeah.
And dude, that's how we run this company, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Like I got an appointment. I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I always tell you, I don't care. Why you telling me?
Yeah.
Just get your shit done.
Yeah.
You know, isn't it better to work that way?
Oh, absolutely.
And I think a lot of employees run like that. Like, I have to.
Oh, I got to be to work on that.
I got to be on work on time, and I have to work all day, and then I got to get off work. And then what do they do when they get off work? They floor at home.
Yeah, floor at home.
100 miles an hour to go home and sit and watch Netflix or whatever they do.
Yeah.
And we're 24/7 working, but it's a lifestyle.
It is.
God, I would take that. Dude, it's Saturday right now, freaking 7:43 p.m. People are watching YouTube and being with their family, and we're freaking turning business, dude. We're generating cash and wealth for our families.
That was another thing you told me about too, is that everything I do is towards making money.
Everything.
Yeah.
There's nothing you do that doesn't make money.
Right. It's like that changed my life too. That was huge. It's like, wait a minute. I need to prioritize what I'm doing way better than what I am right now.
Gosh, what a game changer, huh?
Yeah.
Well, dude, it was good having you. We went a little over, and I'm excited to publish this. It's going to be cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. I can't wait to do this again.
Yeah, let's do it.